I'm excited. So I'll kind of like I'll let you guys like go a little bit because you guys know each other. From that would probably be interesting too. Why don't you guys start with just like how you know each other?
Well,
How we know each other.
you'll go ahead.
Well, I had this, obviously, in the Swiss national team, we had this coach, Gennady, and I guess he attracted a couple of international swimmers to come train with us for a while. And Peter was one of them. And, obviously, Peter, we knew him from TV, world record holder and stuff. And then all of a sudden, he's standing next to you, challenging you to do 25 underwater kicks with fins, him without fins, and he just beats you. So yeah, that was pretty cool. I I I really enjoyed that a lot. Peter Mankoč I mean, obviously he stuck with me. You always had like cool stuff to say about swimming, and I used that throughout my career and helped me a lot to actually stay focused, stay motivated, and reach for being fast. I want to say. How do you see it?
Oh yeah, basically Gennady was a great famous coach already before working with great Alexander Popov and then Australian national team. And then when he was, even I work sort of, my coach knew him really good, so we already before had contact, and then was a chance on the training camps to join. So for sure I took uh, opportunity, because I think that in general, live swimmers, but in life, you should get as many different angles and different opportunities as possible. So in my career, I had my main coach, but a lot of times I went to train with also with other coaches just to see if what they're doing, if it suits me, what we can incorporate, where let's say it doesn't suit me that much, and of course experience how they see swimming and also their swimmers. So it was not just about the coaches, but also to see how the other swimmers work, how the other swimmers prepare, see mentally, physically, how they train, how I train. So the more quality knowledge you gather, the more or easier it's for you to pick what is good for you or what you need.
Good. I
You
agree.
do you also have a few coaches in mind that should be hearing that? Like, because our experience is that a lot of coaches they don't want their swimmers to go in other places.
Look,
They would,
I would say 95% probably don't want to. Usually it's bigger problem in smaller countries,
yeah.
because let's say swimmer that is a little bit more talented and has some drive are rarer in smaller countries, so you don't have a lot of them. So a lot of coaches, I can see that also in Slovenia and also in Estonia here that I work now. It's in a way you're mine, and I am not letting you. I'm with you. I'm gonna make my name, even if I don't know what I'm doing, or maybe I'm not the best option, but you're my meal ticket,
Yeah.
being great. And I think this is really wrong, because in the end, I got in a lot of trouble while I was still swimming when I said that in Slovenian Assembly of Slovenian Federation. Remember, you're here for the swimmers, coaches, and everybody else. Swimmers are not here for you. And one of the head coaches when I was swimming, national team, and I think the sports director or whatever the title, I had a meeting and I said my grievances, what I think should be done better. And they looked at me like, "What are you complaining? You should be happy that we send you to championships." Like, okay,
Funny.
or I'm taking three swimmers. No, no, you're going with three swimmers. It's not you going to Europeans. Okay, three, I'll take. Those three go and you go with them. So I know it's hard, and me as a coach now, it's not easy for coaches to let go. But in the end, we are here for the swimmers. We do job to make the swimmers better. And for example, I have now here in Estonia, I'm working at a sports school that is sponsored, ran by the country and their Olympic committee. And every time there's school break, like week of vacation, I encourage them, go to your coaches. If I can try to find them some teams, I'll send them there. Don't just be with me. Try to see how it's, elsewhere. And of course, if you cannot, money-wise, whatever the problem, I'm here, you can continue with me. But in general, I encourage them to experience also others.
Mm.
And no coach in the world is all knowledgeable.
That's impossible.
Amen. Oh, I thought I was, but I guess not.
Try again.
Come again in
That's
10
funny.
years. You never know everything. That's so true. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So cool. Good introduction, I would say. I kind of wanna circle back, kind of remind the swimming world, who you actually are, Peter. World records, Olympics, kind of go through your struggles and motivation. So maybe let's start off, your first world record, 100 IM. How did that feel?
Well,
And yeah. Go on.
I would say when I was younger, I didn't think, oh yes, I want to be the best, but I never thought I was gonna get there. I had a great coach, difficult coach, but great knowledgeable, really dedicated. And I think without him, this would be almost impossible because he sort of opened my eyes to swimming. Dr. Dimitri Mancevic. And I remember that championship. I mean, it's been a long time ago. It's been what, 24 years? Damn.
Yeah, something like
That's
that.
24 years. I remember the first day I had 50 freestyle 200 IM, one after another. I was puking. I could not eat after it. I made the final in the 200 IM. I had trouble like in the morning. I don't know which one I came in, third, fourth, whatever. And I could not sleep. I barely ate anything. Then still managed to get a nap between. And afternoon I won. So that was already yay. So all mentally I was like, yes, I managed to do it. Second day I had 50 backstroke just as underwater practice for the 100 IM. So that was me. Okay, I'll go in the morning, and I am the backstroker. So in the morning to get the feel, and then next day 100 AM. So I made the semifinals, and then it was semifinal. At that time, semifinal was the first events, and then the final at the end of that day.
Oh.
And somehow I managed to get medal. So because of underwater, not because of my great backstroke. So I really got a good feeling, and I was all hyped up. And then I remember in the morning, next day, 100 IM easy. Afternoon, I went to warm up. I came out of the warm up and I said to coach, I'll go the world record today. And then I went all out for it and managed to go those 52.63 or something like that. At that time, that was good. That was 25 years ago. So
Dude, it's still good. It's still good.
Still good.
That was 25 years ago. So yeah, I was not 100. You cannot be 100%, but I was like, okay, I'm going for the world record. I feel good. I saw what I could do in 200 AM. I saw what I did in backstroke for the underwater. So I was like, okay, I'm going for it.
This was all short course Europeans, right?
Short course Europeans. What was Lisbon? I think it was Lisbon.
2003?
No, Antwerp. Sorry, Antwerp.
Okay, Antwerp.
I didn't like the pool otherwise, but I mean, I cannot complain.
Seems like it suited you somehow. Good. And then you so what happened after that?
Well, after that, I mean, of course, I was super happy. But what my strength, actually, I think one of the strength was that the whole team was getting sick before Europeans, so either 3 weeks before, stuff like this, I did not get sick. As soon as I finished, half an hour later, 38.5 degrees, and I was out for a week. So my mind kept the body until the job is done. As soon as the job was done, and this happened almost every championship. Held it. Okay, touched, finish. Okay, now lay down and the rest. So yeah, I mean, in general, what I would say, of course, world records, the 2 world records I went, and then 2 Europeans, that is, I see myself as the biggest success. And the most unlikely is basically being 14 championships in a row with a medal and winning 10 or 11, 10 100 IMs and then 200 IM and so on. But that I managed to keep every year to be at the top. So that is, I would say, most unlikely, but as a bigger success for sure, I would count world records.
So what kept you going between, short course Europeans in Antwerp and then, going another world record? What was that, like 8 years later or?
Yeah, like 8 years later. I mean, okay, I was number 1. I was European champion, world record. I mean, I lost it, I think, a year and a half later, the world record. But for sure, it was fighting for the top place. I won every European until 2000, and until the year I won the world record. I won all of them. So each year was like, okay, let's go one more. Let's go one more. And I said, if I win the 10th one in a row, I'm never touching 100 IM in my life. Even if I continue swimming 100 IM, it's off any competition. But for me, it was, I know I did great, but I believe I can be better. So this drive to be better, that is what was most, I would say, driving forward. Although I wanted to finish career in between, but
what made you, what was that thing? Like, how did you know that you could be better? Like, was there like potential in how you trained? Was it just how you saw the progress and you're like, okay, if I continue doing that, there, like, how did you know? Because there's nobody faster.
I mean, there's always things you can improve. And I got, let's say, smarter. I got better. I put new stuff in practices. Well, my coach did. So all that, we never, I would say that we never repeated each year the same. We always tried new stuff, adding new stuff. Okay, we reached this. Okay, what can we do to improve? Do we better body control? Let's do on technique. I was always working technique. Let's try to see how training volume affects you. To what kilometers can we go that it's still okay, but doesn't kill your speed, but you're still able to do. Then high altitude camps. Always, this is where my coach was really great. Always trying to, what else can we incorporate to be better? And I really respected him for that, because he was not ashamed or afraid or anything to ask any other coach, even coaches that were on lower level than him, much lower. He saw something interesting. Oh, for breaststroke, you're doing here with quads. What are you doing this? Okay, let's try how it works for us. So we were always trying, and that's why also he sent me to other coaches like to Gennady, to Dr. Dirk Lange, to ADN, and so on. So I was trying to find what else can I do to be better than I was. And this is the main drive that I had. How can I be better? Yes, okay, I was number 1 in the world, but okay, can I be faster? Can I do this better? So this was my main drive. Although even I was, let's say, European champion, and I don't know if I was a world record holder at that, but world champion and so on. But I was already very close to quitting. I was just fed up with everything.
But that would be my question, right? Why not lay back and be like, hey, I'm the best in the world. Like why not just like call it a day?
I would say that here is the big difference that I saw in my career people with inner drive or outer drive. People that were going for fame, recognition, money would do that. People that had inner drive kept on going. Yes, I'm number one. Okay, but I can be better. Let's do this better. So I would say that this inner drive for me to be the best I can. And for me, it was not, I would say even not number one drive was be the best in the world or even get the world record. To me, number one drive was, is this your top what you can do? And this was also the reason I didn't quit swimming when I was sort of I would say 50 meters. Yes, I was 50 meters away from retiring in the middle of the training camp in, I don't know, 2005, 2006, something like that. I was fed up with everything. I was luckily I was on the opposite side of where I have my equipment. We had still 3 days. We were in Flagstaff, Arizona. We still had, I think, 3 or 4 days of training camp, something like that. And I was on the opposite side. I was like, I'm done. I'm not anymore. Like, I was never home. I was traveling. I was just fed up with everything. And then in that 50 meters that I would go out to pick up equipment and just go to the hotel, pick stuff, airport, and go home, in my head was like, don't be a damn idiot. You trained like crazy for 20 years. You haven't reached your top and you're going to quit. After 20 years of doing crazy stuff and you're throwing 20 years away. And then I just did the salto and continued. So, but I was literally 50 meters close to end of my career in the middle of training.
So how did you kind of bounce back from that? I mean, obviously, you just said you were thinking about, okay, 20 years of crazy swimming, crazy sets. But was that like the only thing that made you bounce back from, kind of I want to say, low point of your career?
I believed I could be better than I was. I could be faster. And because this was not, I believe that this is not my, let's say, top form. So this is not what I can be. I can be better than I was. Yes, I was already great. I was good. I was in the position that gazillion of kids would dream to be. But I knew that I can be better, that this is not the top form of me. And to work so many years, I did not miss practice for 12 years. I did not miss one practice for 12 years.
Wow.
So I was at every practice. Did I want it to be at every practice? No. But I knew that if I want to be the best I can be, there is no excuse. I even changed that. I never put on snooze. Because as soon as I was like, if one time I sleep in, I might as well sleep in every day. Yeah. Alarm rang. I was happy, not happy, sleepy, not sleepy. Get your ass up, put stuff together, go to the pool. And even that 12 years missed because my watch went out. My phone went out of I was without watch. My phone went out of battery. So the one that I checked, clock I had was on the winter time, not summertime. So when I was driving in my car to the practice, like, shit, it's not 7:50, it's 8:50. So that's how I missed finished the 12 years of practice.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
So there's maybe one more thing I kind of want to explore. It's 2008 Olympics, 100 fly.
Yeah. I mean, it's sport. The 2008 was, I would say, on one hand, was very successful. On the other hand, was very tragic for myself. I mean, the world kept on spinning. We had European long course, world short course 2 weeks later, and then I was 4 months later was Olympics in Beijing. I went straight from high altitude camp to European championships just to swim 100 fly. So I flew in one day, like in the evening I flew in, next day was 100 fly preliminaries. And I was getting myself ready for short course worlds because I wanted to win there. I wanted to go the records and everything. And I remember that because I was by far the best in short course from our team. Everybody else was for Europeans because they didn't have anything to do in world short course because they would get eaten. And I said, no, world championship short course, it's higher. It's world championship. It's not European. So I never went like, 50, 25. Look, everybody can come. It's same. So of course, I personally was built physically and I trained most on 25 because I didn't have even a chance to swim so much in 50-meter pool. So for me, I went unshaven. I was second in 100 fly, behind my friend Evgeny. And then 2 weeks later at the Manchester World Championships, I was second 100 AM with European record, and I won 100 fly with championship record, I think. That was really successful. Everything went to plan. And as you remember, at that time were the tech suits.
Mm-hmm.
So we were in Rome for the competition in Sette Colli. I'm putting on the swimsuit, and all of a sudden something does in my back. And I was like, okay, this is not good. So I canceled I didn't go. I swam in the morning, but it was really painful, getting more and more painful. Then afternoon, I didn't go to the start, came home, could not sleep. In the morning, I was in such pain. They took me to the doctors, ultrasound, everything torn is infraspinatus.
Mm-hmm.
So I was 8 weeks before, I think it was 8 weeks, 7 weeks before Olympics, I had torn infraspinatus, and the doctor said, well, 5 weeks, nothing, and then you can continue. I was like, are you effing kidding me? Like, I'm in the shape of my life and, Olympics. So for 3 weeks, I did not swim. And then I was 1 week, I was just doing this. And then I went in the water. So actually using my hand normally in the water was a week before Olympics. And the problem for me was that usually the last 15 meters, my eyes rolled back. Always, like, because I was just going for it. And in the morning, I think that was afternoon, because it was afternoon preliminaries, morning finals. In preliminaries, I think I went like 700ths of the Olympic record. I think it was better than after my group, but I came in as, I think, fourth, fifth, whatever, something like that. And then for the semifinals, everything was fine. But when my eyes rolled back, my left hand was not pulling. So 10 meters to go, I went under the lane rope.
Oh shit!
Basically, almost totally stopped, started again, and fell out of the final for 10 hundredths. And now I think I finished 10 hundredths of the final. And my preliminary time was also like very close to Olympic medal. So, and that was the only day in the swimming in Beijing that swimming time that was sunshine. Otherwise, it was foggy. That was the only sunshine. I was like, nice sunshine, and me effing up.
Oh damn! Yeah.
But yeah, that was, I would say, that when I found out that my muscle was torn, that was the only time that I really cried because of swimming. Because I was like, okay, finally. I mean, this was at that time, fourth Olympics. So it's 96, 2000, 2004. Yeah, that was my fourth Olympics. And I was really, let's say, in the right shape. But yeah, that is sport.
But what happened with your muscles? So what does it have to do with the tech suits? Was it like, so
When I was pulling tech suit up, because it was so tight, and it was because I was dressing myself, and it was such position that the muscle.
Oh, sorry. I laughed because I thought you just ripped the tech suit and then
No.
okay.
I tore the muscle.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Putting on the tech suit shit.
Yeah, because those tech suits for the younger ones, if you think it's hard, the girls, if you think it's hard to pull these swimsuits up, those were much more difficult.
Yeah, way more.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
That's
But
crazy.
yeah, that's the sport. That's the sport.
You kind of bounced back 2009, 100 IM, 50 point something world record.
Yeah, that was for me because I tried to avoid tech suits in general. And soon they say, "Oh, maybe we'll ban them." I was like, "Pretty please," because for me, yes, it helped me. I'm not saying it did not help me, but for problem for me was that the tech suits changed my body position in the water, so my technique was not efficient. I was the legs were not in the right position and so on. So I gained, but not as much as a lot of my competitors. So I tried to avoid tech suits. I didn't train with them. I really try not to compete with them at all. But when I saw that, they ain't gonna ban them for the Europeans, I was like, okay, nobody's gonna ask me, "Oh, you didn't swim in the tech suits."
tech.
Oh yeah, so here's the medal. No, nobody cares, So I put the tech suit on, and in the semi-final, then I went all out for it. Was I second? I think I was second in the 100 flyer 2 days before, a day before. Yeah, a day before the semifinals. Then in semifinals, I was just like, okay, I had exactly numbered how many kicks underwater, how many strokes, how everything was how it must be. And then I just said, okay, I'm going. If I get disqualified, if I go over underwater, I'll get disqualified. And I managed to go exactly top, win the world record. And I was happy that it was again in my hands 8 years later.
Cool.
Yeah, super cool. Yeah. What a I mean, comeback. I don't know if comeback is the right word, but it's like what a yeah, different. Yeah, they're just different level 8 years later, right? And
Huge
again,
progression.
yeah, it's not like you're like a Chinese swimmer that went away for 8 years. You don't hear anything, and then you come back. You're like always competing, always like at the top, right? Which makes it.
Yeah, I was every year I was always the only championship that I did not go was the Budapest. Which one was the 2000 long course Budapest? I did not go. I was like, I'm having this summer easy. I cannot. I still trained once a day, but I was like, I'm not getting. I need mental, physical a little bit easy. I just needed that, so I competed otherwise, but I was not in top shape. So for me to go there and be, I don't know, semi-finalist at the Europeans, like, what's the point?
The point. Being a semi-finalist.
Because if you look a lot of top level swimmers, because what I did not like in my career was that but at the short course, I don't know, Peter van der Hoeven was missing or somebody was missing. I was like, yes, because if you're Olympic champion, come to Europeans, and then you have three gorillas that will kick your ass in underwaters, and all of a sudden you're without a medal, doesn't look good. I'm not saying he did it for this, but I know a lot of people just, sponsors wise, I understand. I also, if I'm 100 IM world champion, and then am I gonna go compete 100 breaststroke? Hell no. I will not go.
You shouldn't swim breaststroke anyway.
Yeah, my
Nah.
knees were never for breaststroke, and now it's even worse. So
Funny. Cool. Okay, so I would say let's transition kind of over to what you're doing now, or what motivated you to go from one of the best swimmers ever to do it to becoming a coach.
I would say I never had a real wish to be a coach, and honestly, I still don't.
Funny.
But I want to help swimming.
Hmm.
And I think I have so much knowledge, so much experience that it would be a waste not to give it back to the community. Because one of the reasons why preferred role is not a coach. I am a coach because I currently, this is, I think, the best I can give back to community. But tell me one top level or serious coach, because I see myself with my knowledge how to help the best and most dedicated swimmers not learn to swim program. Tell me one coach that has a normal family life. Very hard. Because
That's normal.
Yeah, because I'm still a family guy. So just to look at currently, my position allows me to also live a nice family life. But if you look at the top level coaches, in the morning you go to work, so to pool, while your kids are still sleeping. Your kids go to school, you come back, kids are in school. Kids come from school, you're already back in practice. Over weekend, competitions, school holidays, training camps. You miss your kids. So I would say family, it's family life. It's the main reason my preferred role is not as a coach. Currently, I am in a position where I can coach and I can also run family life because the schedule is in such a way that I can have both. But yeah, if you're going for top level, so international world championships, stuff like that, yeah, it's not something I would love to help. So I try to help as much as I can. I offer help. I was also working for Slovenian Federation for a while. Not everybody was happy for it. I mean, again, I understand. I do not agree, but I understand because if a coach keeps telling swimmer something, and then me as helping the national team, that swimmers, I explain and show why what I say is the right way, and it makes sense, but this is different than the coach says, the coach loses the trust. And I understand this is a problem. But also, I never, when I help, I don't ever want to help just the swimmer. I want to help the coach.
The coach as well, yeah.
Because was also when I was working for Slovenian Federation. I was there to help for the national team members. So we had option. They call me and I go help them out, or coaches call me and I take over the practice. But in each instance, I said no, not without coach being there. Because if I'm using my 2 hours and I give my all and the coach is not there, how he's going to use this in the next practices? So you basically waste 2 hours of the swimmer and 2 hours of me. No point. Because I would say that even when I look, I still look what others do. Maybe something, they see differently or approach differently than me. It could be. And I always say, whatever you do, if you're able to defend it, why? And it's not because I said so, but defend it, why? It's fine. And I want my swimmers to question, why are we doing this? Coach, what is the benefit of this? Why is this like this? Everything fine. But I do run a democratic dictatorship, which means that you are encouraged to ask. So if I give you a task and you say, oh, coach, but can I do backstroke instead of breaststroke? If you give me a good reason and put something behind why, I would say, oh, you do it. But if you cannot defend it, and I said, no, you do breaststroke, end of debate. We're not debating anymore. There's no, oh, but no, finished. Because in the end, if I'm responsible to coach you, to get you better, I got to be in charge. How can I be responsible if you do your own thing and I'm supposed to be in charge?
Yeah.
We should adopt that for our swim camps. One of the pillars, we run a democratic dictatorship. What's it called when there's two guys, not just one that try,
I mean, you can just say it's a party, right? Like in like China.
Yeah, no, because even my coach, let's say I was the world record holder, and he was a great coach. He didn't have just me, but we had disagreements, and I saw some things differently. And I expressed, look, I think this should be done this. And he said, no, we're doing this way. I do it. Because if we are playing, we are working together as friends, ain't gonna work. Because you're gonna come to problems. So when you come to problems, when you come to some situations, you have to have a hierarchy. I've seen too many coaches trying to be best friends with swimmers. No, I would say I'm a real friend. I will tell you how it is. I will not blow smoke up your behind. If you did something wrong, if you swam like shit, I will tell you, you swam like shit. You didn't focus here. Oh, pardon for language. We said we're gonna go.
Well, I think we're doing well so far.
No, I always try to be as honest with the swimmers. A lot of times they hear something they don't like. But I also see as, that if I say it, that is true, that I stand behind it. So if I tell you that was not good, or this was done wrong, it was done wrong. If I tell you that you did right, I'm not, let's say you swim real bad, but the coach, this is what I hated if any coaches did that I knew, because you have a brain. I knew that I did not okay. Oh, that was really good. Or, half a second off the time. It was like, okay, I'm not an idiot. Just, tell it how it is. Don't insult my intelligence. And that's why I also always treat swimmers with as straight as possible. Good, bad. Because if we have clearer picture, then we can actually do something. If we pretend that something that it's not there, how are we going to fix it? If somebody's doing too many strokes and I was like, oh, it's fine. How he's going to fix it if he's doing like this, it's fine. No, it's not fine. Too many strokes. Watch your elbow, watch your finish, acceleration of the stroke, where your hips are, how you're breathing. And a lot of times I give them too much information to fix, but yeah, that is my drive to try to fix everything. And a lot of times I have to dial it back. Okay. Let's just focus on these two things, not fight, just the two.
It's always kind of difficult to figure out what we should focus on the most, right?
Yeah, I would say it depends a lot of what level swimmers are, how old they are, what is their goal. I have currently high schoolers, so these are 2007, 2009, and so this age group. And for me, number one thing is technique.
Yeah.
If you can do technique, then we can see how much we can push it. The problem is that most of the coaches don't know about technique, and it's working on technique is much more difficult. If I tell 30 times 100 on 120, go 110. And then half an hour later. Yeah. And I understand that a lot of coaches, because swimming is still done, how can we save money, not how can we do quality? And then if you have 16 swimmers, there's no way you will watch or can do quality technique for 16 swimmers. You can do 30 times 100 on 120 for 16 swimmers. And luckily I have a smaller group, so I really do focus. I'm still watching that they do aerobic, that they do anaerobic threshold, etc. But I always focus technique. It doesn't matter. As soon as you jump in the water, until you finish the practice, technique.
Hey, Peter, I got a question for you because like Yul brought this up a while ago and it made so much sense. So when it comes to like, obviously we fully agree, right? Technique, especially that age. When you identify, okay, this is the one or maybe the two things that will have the biggest effect on your stroke, right? These are the things that we need to focus on right now because we can't do all of it at the same time. We can't do the rhythm, the kick, the catch, rotation at the same. So we pick the most important thing. But then once we know what that thing is, right, in a way, it becomes a mental challenge so that we can help the swimmers to be focused and concentrated to work on that thing all the time. So what are your strategies, or what do you do? What do you tell them, or how often do you repeat yourself, or how do you motivate them to keep thinking about that thing, maybe especially when they get tired or when they have a day where they're just kind of coming in and don't have that, you know what I mean? Are not locked in.
I would say that each year I get new swimmers because they finish high school. The last year finishes, I get new ones. And each year when we start the season, I'm surprised how good the swimmers are that are already before compared to the new ones. Takes time. I would say I rarely got a swimmer that could use her brain the first year or the beginning when they came. Very rarely. Because the thing is that most coaches train zombies.
Yeah.
They don't train swimmers. They don't train persons. They train zombies. So I noticed that so many swimmers that came to me, I was like, okay, let's go on 148 times 100 IM. I was like, okay, go. There's a clock, start. And then they swim first one and then they stand. I was like, why are you standing? It's 140. But it didn't say hop. So if I don't say, you just stand. So you only do what you're told. And hopefully, if the coach is not watching, you don't even do that. So I really encourage them. And the beginning, it's hard. I have 2 new swimmers now that are really suffering. And I told them, you'll be suffering at least for half a year because they're not used to using their brains. They don't count. They don't watch technique. Just, most of them are on survival mode. So they're swimming always survival mode, especially when they have to swim butterfly. That's not butterfly. That is survival mode because, again,
But to die.
If you give, I'm not saying that because I don't know exactly what they were giving previous coaches, but if you give a person 5 times 200 butterfly, I can guarantee you there's not more than 10 swimmers that they can do in the world with okay technique. All the others is after the 20 meters, it's already survival mode. So for me, butterfly without any equipment, I rarely that they do more than 50. Because we only, how much you can do as long as you can keep the technique. Then we just shorten how much and take a break. We can take small breaks, but just keep it always correct. Don't go into survival mode. So always keep it correct. Keep it correct. And a lot of times, what swimmers make mistake, and a lot of coaches don't even think about it. They have a hard set. They do good, and then coach says swim down, and all of a sudden they start swimming freestyle breathing on one, backstroke all over the place. No. Do double arm with breaststroke legs or whatever. Do drills, do kick. But whatever you do correctly. Because a lot of times we don't even think that most of the races, our body is on autopilot. So if you train really hard and you're tired and straight after, okay, now I'm dead, I can do all stupid things in the water. What do you think the body when it's tired in the race? In the comfortable. That's the stupid thing, not watching technique and everything, because this is how I feel better after I'm tired. Automatically body, because there's not, if you're a normal person, your mind and your body always wants to go to comfort. Not to hard stuff, to comfort. So, of course, if I just pull the lane ropes or breathing however I wish, it's much more comfortable than doing good technique and a high speed. So automatically you go there. And that's why also always technique. When it's hard, yes, you can be dead, no problem. And a lot of times also swimmers, I would say that half of my practices were bad practices, but not bad in a way that I was not in it, but I just did not manage to swim fast. A lot of times I trained with my wife, and my personal best 100 freestyle was 49, hers was, I don't know, 56. We had a set of hundreds, she was kicking my ass. You know how it made me feel. And then she was like, oh, this was, you know, it's so hard. Like, you know, I'm slower than you. Like, pretty please, just shh, I'm trying to survive here. So having bad practices, having bad tired, this is normal. There's not one person. I'll put my hand in the fire that Katie Ledecky, whoever you want, Marshan. Not every practice is great.
Sure
How you handle it, that's another thing. Okay, maybe my arms are tired and I cannot hold the tempo, but I can still do the turns. I can still watch how I rotate. I can still watch how I go underwater. I can still watch how I breathe. There's always a way, no matter how you feel, there's always a way. How can I improve on something or get better at something? It doesn't always have to be, oh, I have to be full of energy and feel really great in the water. No, you're gonna be in competition. You're gonna have a days that's like, okay, if I put fins on, I'll probably still go 5 seconds slower than my personal best. So it's not always sunshine and flowers. A lot of times, especially the higher you go, because you have bigger goals, bigger what you want to do, more times you're gonna be off. But if you're off, doesn't mean don't do anything. Try to find situation what you can do to be better. This is starts, turns, underwater, breathing, where the stroke goes, recovery or I had even today one of my swimmers, he has some health issue that he was really could not breathe normally, just coughing all the time. No problem, you cannot swim. So you work on your mobility, get out of the water, side of the pool, work on your there's always something you can do. Yeah, maybe you're not going to be swimming, but you can improve on your flexibility. You can improve on the flexibility of the ankles. You can improve of stretching of the muscles so you don't fight yourself. All this, you can always work on something.
Definitely.
And I think you'll just like to finish that thought or like continue it. I think that's one of the things that we see with the teenagers is that they're so locked in on the time, either in competition or what they do in training, that whenever they're not hitting the times, for them everything is shit, and they don't even like they have a hard time finding the thing that they could still work on, you know, because like having a better breathing right now doesn't excite them as much as it pains them to see that they're not making the interval or whatever, right? So it's like really, really good advice, I think.
Yeah, because for me, I have to grade them because it's part of school program, so they get grades. And I tell them at the beginning, you may be the fastest, but doesn't mean you're going to get a 5. What you're capable, how you're trying, and how you execute. This you're going to be graded on. Not just because you go 52 and the others go 54. You're 2 meters tall. You know, of course, I mean, what do you expect? And also in the races, I never demand time from them. Never. I tell them, look, I would rather that you execute correctly and you go 2 seconds slower. But if you're going to execute correctly, probably you're going to go what you need to go.
Yeah.
So but if you just start spinning and fighting and you go personal best, but you execute it wrong, you ain't going to get high 5 from me because this was not the job.
Yeah, there's a limit to that at some point. Yeah.
In teenage years, this is not the end. We are on the way where the end is. So my job is here to prepare you that you have the knowledge, you have the background, you have the feeling for the water and everything that, and the technique, the tactic and everything when the serious swimming comes, which, let's be honest, you got to be a grown-up for a serious. You have some exceptions, but in general, it's kids swimming. That you will have this where you can actually then push and get your best result. So if your top results of career are going to be with me, I did not do my job good. Because you cannot be top at the age of 17, 18. No, for the girls, it's a little bit different in general, but no, you should be higher level later. And here it's a lot of times coaches, those who don't want to let swimmers go. And I had even one Slovenian coach said, I don't care what's after. I care that they're good when they're with me. And this is...
That's very bad.
I understand them. I understand them. But no, please not.
I have one last question. Describe a coachable swimmer. So obviously we talked about this when we met each other at Junior Europeans. And me and David, we've been talking about this like for on and off for these last 2 months, and yeah, we all the time actually. And it's part of one of the things that we teach now. We just want to hear from you.
So, coachable swimmer, I would say that again, very high percentage. I would say over the 90% of talented swimmers are not coachable. And a lot of learn to swim program swimmers are coachable. Those without talent are in general more coachable. My philosophy, which I think it's pretty on, I did not do research, so it's not research-based, paper-based. The problem is that talented swimmers, when they're younger, they achieve a lot without any work.
Yep. Now,
I'm a national champion. I win everything. I went the record for 12-year-olds. I'm the king. And then you look at them and it's like, no, you are not really training, but I'm the best. I do everything. But the problem is, sooner or later, everybody also will develop biologically. They will catch up with you. And then it's a problem. Because I had a similar problem. I had the problem when I was younger. I won everything possible at the age of 10 at the nationals. All the relays, everything individual, I won. So it got in my head, I'm number one. That's the only way it goes. So when the others, even in my team, grew, biologically developed faster, was head higher, get already facial hair, I didn't even know what that even is. They got bigger, they got stronger. They kicked my ass all over the place, no matter how hard I trained. And I was like, okay, third, fourth, no, I'm first or I'm not doing it. So I wanted to quit at the age of what was 13, 14, I wanted to quit. Luckily, smart family and coaches kept me in swimming. So for a year and a half, I was struggling really, really bad. Because I was like, I'm first or I'm not. And what I see with the swimmers, these talented swimmers, that they achieved everything without really working hard, and coaches don't want to lose them and allow them to do whatever they want because they're the best. And then with others, catch them up, which eventually they always do, especially if you don't work hard. Or smart, I would say smart even more than hard. All of a sudden, hey, why are everybody catching me? And then they try to train hard. But if you did not train anything for 2 years, seriously, hard, mentally, and you think you're training really hard, compared to before, yes, but still you're not. And a lot of them after a month, I'm training like so hard for so long and I'm not improving. Does not work like that. You're going to have to work at least a year because you wasted already 2 years. It's going to take time. Ain't going to go like this. And they give up. So if you check, a lot of top level swimmers are late bloomers.
Yep.
a lot of them are late bloomers. For girls, it's a little bit different because biologically they develop earlier. But for guys, a lot of them are late bloomers. I did for Slovenian Swimming Federation, I did the research where I took from 1990 on, so 30 years of all results, and I took winners of the medals at the European Championships, so our most successful, and those who were supposed to be the most successful. And you could see that the best swimmers were really good at the age 10. I'm talking about guys now. Around 10, 11 were really good. They were top 20 all time on the national level. At the age of 14, 15, except for one or two, 300, 400 place. So not even close. And then after 15, each year higher, higher, higher. So except for one guy, a breaststroker, 202 tall, so greatly gifted this way. None of the top level in all time ranking at 15 were anything special. And I encourage the coaches not to tell, oh, these guys that are at the 15 now, best swimmers in Slovenia, they are shit. No. But don't leave or don't forget about those that were a little bit better when they were still little kids, not biologically developed. And now they're 6th, 7th, 8th. Don't forget about them. Keep them in because their time is still coming. So it's hard, but don't go for, oh, who's good now, we focus on this one. No. And especially keep them in check. Don't let them do whatever they want.
Mm-hmm.
Teach them to be responsible. Teach them to be self-accountable. Teach them to know what they have to do, what is okay, what is not okay. And I would say maybe for the end that my job as a coach of high school swimmers, they're supposed to be, let's say, for the future something. As much as it's about swimming, it's about them as a person. So I try to improve them as a person, as a responsible young adult. So through that, they'll get better in swimming. Because if somebody is good in swimming, but as a person doesn't have the traits that needs to be successful. So self-accountability, being on time, time management, focus, and stuff like this ain't gonna work.
Yep.
So just because you're good at younger, that's definitely not set you up to be good as a. Usually it's quite the opposite. Because coaches are too gentle because they don't want to lose them. They don't want them to go to other clubs, to other coaches, so they allow them to do whatever they want.
They want.
And coach is not a friend as a, let's say in this, oh, we're best buddy, we like each other. No, I'm not here for you to like me. I'm here to get the best to you, to be the best you can be. And I can see from experience, from knowledge, from education and everything, I have a vision what you can do. And I believe and I'm driving you there. But to get there, this is the plan. This is not, oh, I woke up in the morning, I said, oh, let's do it like this. No, this is prepared on specifically how biologically developed you are, how technically capable you are, how physically capable you are, how you are as a person. So what do we need to change? How fast we need to change? Yes, sometimes we miss. We're all humans. What we need to do to get you to have everything you need to be the best you can be.
Yeah, man. You lived it for yourself and now you're doing it right for you. It's I mean, it makes so much sense when you talk about it because it's when, I mean, you lived it while you were swimming, exactly that, trying to be the best that you can be. And now I'd
Yeah,
be
'cause
passing it on.
I know a lot of
Rubbish.
times they ask me, oh, to which coach? I'm in a position never to say to which coach. But I think that in general, in my career, I was still swimming, and I could see my teammates that were also European champions and so on being mistreated by their club, how they use them. So, for example, he was like, okay, I stopped. I want to help. I was like, here, teach them to swim. You do not put top level person to just finish career with little kids. He's not qualified for it.
Nope.
You can still put them little kids, but this is not what you can gain from him. Get him to help the top coach of your club, to help him with experience, because no matter how we look, you can have all the education you want, but if you were never top of the top level swimming, you don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh yeah, we'll work to 3 more years, we'll work and be successful. Based on what? You were never past national championship. It's not like, oh, we'll just keep on working 3 years and then we'll be international. No, it's different league, different approach from rest, food, sleep, focus, technique, everything else. It's not just, oh, you are good and we just keep on going. No, you have to change so many things, and this is not easy. It's hard, and it takes knowledge, and people that were part of it can understand it better than somebody that did not. Somebody that was not in swimming, they can imagine how it is getting 5:30 every morning up to be 6 o'clock in the water that is 23 degrees and swim 7 kilometers or whatever. You can imagine, but you never went through it.
Yeah, it's different.
So, I had a swimmer that tried to be a smart ass, or, oh, I know this. I was like, okay, you achieved what in swimming? Nothing. Okay. You have what education? Oh, you don't have education. You were part of which successful program? Oh, you were not. So, no. And now you try to be how should be done. On what ground? I'm not saying experience is the most. Yes, you need education for sure. I got education, but you need education because something is your personal, something is outside, because every person is different. What is good for me doesn't mean it's necessarily good for somebody else. I was training with ADN, with Andrea Dinino, great coach. And in the team, it was Evgeny Kurotishkin, Milorad Čavić, Randall Ball was also world record holder. So we were all champions. But for me, those practices did not work. For them, it worked. For me, it not. Doesn't mean that was a bad coach. That was just the system was not for me. So I had to approach things differently. So in this kind of way, you have to see, and not each mold is not for, what I did not like in some seminars was like, I don't know, Bob Bowman. Yeah, this is the practice Michael Phelps did. Yeah, this is practice for Michael Phelps. When I was working in Turkey, and then I was there, some kids were asking me, and one girl was like, yeah, but Michael Phelps does it like this. I was like, okay, are you a man? No. Are you 194? No. Do you have 205 wingspan? No. Do you have 45 or 47 feet? No. What are you talking about? You're physically not the same. You cannot do this. You need to do what is good for you, for your age, for your this. Just because Michael Phelps did doesn't mean it's going to help you. I even had senior swimmers that I was working in 2015 in Estonia. I had basically the best that were already back from US. And one said, oh, but Nathan Adrian does it like this. I was like, okay. You're a breaststroker, he's a freestyler. Do we agree? Yes. He is 2 meters tall, you're 183. Do we agree? He's got a little bit more talent than you. Do agree? So if you do same as somebody that's 20 centimeters or 15 centimeters taller, it's got bigger wingspan, got more strength, more talent, and you do the same, are you gonna challenge them? You're gonna lose. So you gotta do smarter. You gotta do something that is specifically for you.
Yep.
Because if you do the same thing as somebody that is physically more gifted, talent, how you ain't never gonna beat them. So you have to find out. For example, yes, I'm getting shorter now that I'm older, but I was 192 tall. I was 192 wingspan. So my wingspan was already shorter than my competitors for 10 centimeters. My feet was 44. All the others had 47. So if I did everything the others did, I would not beat them. So I had to find how can I beat them with better technique, with the better body control, with the better underwaters. And I could check what suits me, since I was more explosive type of guy. What suits me? What can I work on to emphasize my strength and to minimize my weaknesses?
Yep.
That's why 100 IM I was always underwater.
Right. There's a great story for Roger Federer. You have to be a Roger Federer fan, right? So he, in every textbook when he learned the backhand, right? Every textbook, every coach would teach the double-handed backhand at the time. And Roger's coach, they just had a picture in their mind, right? Or even like a video of what it would look like, what the perfect backhand would look like, just the end result of it, but not how he's actually going to get there, right? So he actually then for him, what works best was this iconic, right? One-handed backhand that he did, which became one of his best shots. But he did not, he knew what it, how fast and where it's supposed to go. But then he let like his body attributes, strengths, weaknesses, kind of like he figured, figured out something new basically. And it became this beautiful shot.
Yeah, I mean, we always have to work as coaches. We always have to work with what we got, If you have a dog, you ain't gonna treat him like a tiger, Does not work,
Probably not. Would be interesting though.
If you have tigers, like, okay, go on the tree and fly. No, it does not. You tiger, work with what is good for the tiger.
Well, give him lots of, you would like that. Give him lots of like vegan food.
Vegan.
Give him some plants, give him some grass to eat.
For sure.
I don't want to be canceled. I don't want to be canceled.
Yeah, that's not.
No, it's coaching, and I think what most swimmers don't realize that coaching is tough.
Yeah.
Coaching is so, if you're doing it seriously, if you're just babysitter that somebody doesn't run for 2 hours, that's another thing. But coaching, if you want to do it serious, it's tough. And what is the most frustrating? And I already saw this at my coach, but I would say I was still so in control that I did good. In the end, your job is judged by how somebody performs and you're on the stands. And you just pray to whatever higher entity you believe in that the swimmer will do what you taught him and what all the hours and years you spent, what needs to be done, that they'll do this. Because if they don't do it, coach, you coach wrong. It's coach's fault. If the swimmers did good, yeah, you really pulled it out. Great job. They quickly, when it's good, people forget the coaches. And quickly when it's wrong. So if somebody changes, some swimmer changes a lot of coaches, I would stay away from that swimmer.
Yeah.
That usually says that trying to find mistakes and what's wrong in the others. So many swimmers, oh, the coach ruined me. No, the coach, of course, can help you going the wrong way. But in the end, whatever we do, it's our responsibility. We are responsible for ourselves. If you didn't like it, go somewhere else. And I always say, if the swimmer doesn't trust me for whatever reason, ain't gonna work. Go somewhere else. And I'm not mad. I really hope you find somebody that you will get along with. But if we work together, you got to trust.
Yeah.
Because if there's a trust, I see so many coaches that were not actually that good of a coaches because what they were doing, but the swimmers believed, like, just tell me what to do, I'll do it. And there was something. And then you could see that there were coaches that did everything right, but the swimmer, no, I should be doing more aerobic. No problem. I even had one girl. I was like, okay, what do you think should be changed? I should do more aerobic. I was like, okay, no problem. So tell me, what's aerobic? So you want to do something and you don't know even what it is. Just to complain. Yes, you can have different, but as long as you can defend it while you're doing this.
Yeah.
Like more aerobic, okay, I need to do more at this pose, this lactate, this length, no problem. Let's try to find it together, but just, because, I need to do more this. Okay, what does this even mean? Easy swimming? No. So yeah.
Cool. Good.
Well, any other, I always, about swimming, I never shut up. So that's also my problem. I can go on and on and on.
Same here.
I don't think that's the problem. If that's the problem, we'll deal with it.
Well, if you like swimming, not. But if you're not, if you're just because mommy and daddy said you have to be a swimmer or have to be a practice, then it can be very problematic.
Yeah, then it's long.
We see that quite rarely, though. Yeah, right. Rarely. We see that.
Yeah.
Rarely.
We see it very rarely, I would say.
Oh, that's good. That's good. In my life, I saw it too many times.
Mm.
You can see the easiest. If the dad or mom is at the stands, all of a sudden they start swimming 10 seconds faster per 100 meters. Want to be first in the lane. No. Well, do something else. This is not for you.
That's why we also don't allow parents at the pool.
No, this is being parents at the pool side. No.
For training, no way.
No. This is because even for the little kids.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Because never something good comes out of it.
Nothing good can come out of that. I agree.
Either trust the coach. I even have that if it's some emergency here in Estonia, parents don't really budge into. In Slovenia, it's different, but in Estonia, parents don't really budge into. But I have at the beginning of the season meeting, this will do. This is the plan. This is how I see. Please check on if something is changing in these areas, please notify me so I know, so we can adjust or correct or whatever to do with it. And if I see, I'll let you know. That's pretty much it. Let me coach. You be there to support the kid. Don't try to coach. That's my job.
Yep.
And for a lot of swimmers, a lot of parents in general, those who are too eager, it's pretty hard to let go. But I have not seen yet that this ends well as a family relationship. Most of the time. My dad, for example, was full into swimming. Really, he was also the president of the club, and he basically really, okay, to coach, what do you need? That the team is the best. What they need, we'll take care of it. But he never went into how to train, what to train. Never went into the coaches. Just coach, what do you need and what do you expect out of it? So if at the end of the season, let's say something totally, okay, why was this? Please explain. If you said this, and then it did not happen, why did not happen? But never, you should be swimming like this. You should be training like this, or never. It's like, okay, I'm not a coach. I'm not an expert. Coach is there. He's an expert. Listen. I mean, I never really complained against any coach in this kind of way. So, because I was even taught, hierarchy, coach.
Yep.
And coach says, you do. And I was lucky with coaches. I would say I worked my ass off my whole career to achieve what I did, but I was super lucky with family to support. and basically family, supporting family from mom, dad, sister, grandparents, and they managed to put people around me that helped me become better, the right people around me.
Yeah.
And this is very important, that in what kind of environment you are, that's how you're gonna be. Because if we check as a coaches, we are more with the kids than parents.
Yeah.
And the group they are in. So I always look that I don't have, how to say it nicely.
Foul apples.
No, but not, you know, first year I came to Estonia here to work, I had two girls that everything I said, I don't understand. They didn't want to listen, they didn't want to do. Luckily, one was kicked out of school because of other problems. One smartened up when she saw that devil took, the joke away, that she's got to be serious. And luckily, the others did not follow her, but kept on what's best for them. And we had great successes. We improved with vast majority of them. One girl was basically, they gave her to me. I didn't, because I didn't choose the first year, was Learn to Swim program. Tall girl, but did not really know how to swim. She was already 16 years old, I think. So, girl at 16 years old doesn't know. But the girl never once complained about anything. Never any problems. Whatever I asked, tried to do 100%. When she had to do something and didn't succeed, I said, hey, here, this was not the best. She's like, coach, can I do it please again?
Coachable athlete.
She was one, the federation wanted to kick her out of the group because she was not on the level after. Some swimmers were complaining, she's only here in our way. Third year, kicked everyone's ass. And now she became national champion in Estonia this year. She was not with me anymore, but never a problem, knew what she wanted, and she was ready to do whatever I have to do, extra stretching, I have to do this, I have to watch nutrition, I have to sleep. Never, ever a problem. Whatever needed, tell coach, I want to be the champ. What do I need to do? Never in a bad mood. I could see she was struggling because she was struggling much more than anybody else. Never, ever missed a practice, problem. And that's why she got better than the rest. Followed the goal and I'm going for it. This is my goal. Everybody else, oh, let's go party. I was like, no, I want to do this. So this is my priority.
Yeah, I love that story. That's really good.
And I wish we had more like this, especially talented ones. But although you find more talented ones than I would say goal-driven, and it's harder for you now than it was for us. It's harder. I do not say that, oh, we had it hard. No, we had it much easier in a way. No social media. Internet,
no cell phones.
When I was young, was barely, there's no influence. And for me, it was normal. I'm going to work 2 years like, idiot each practice, so maybe I can be good. Now, some come, coach, I've been the whole week at the practice. Why don't I go to Europeans? Also, or I even had one parent, my wife is coaching like little kids, and one parent after the first meet together. So tell me, is my kid good? Should we continue to be, is he going to be a successful swimmer or should we do something else? Kid came to first practice like 10-year-old, well, not 10, 6-year-old, 7-year-old, like, or if somebody says, oh, let's say our swimmer, our son, daughter, whatever, oh, they're a top, they're top level swimmer. They're 12, 10. There's no top level swimmers, 10, 12. No. You got one, the Chinese girl, whatever, that 200 fly, 200 aim, out of millions and millions of swimmers. She can say, but because she's in the senior level, top level, not because she's the best 12-year-old
Yeah.
in the senior. This is no. Top level is senior category. Junior category, you can be great, you can be talented, you can be future prospect, yes, but you're not top level. Until you succeed in the senior, you ain't top level.
That's two different things, and there's
Totally.
a big span between them.
Totally. They're, especially the teenagers, full of growth hormones,
Yeah.
you know, and everything. And then when the reality hits and all the extra problems besides just swimming, yeah, how to handle this, and yeah, not even close.
Yeah, and it's a different focus needed. Yeah, for sure. Cool. Thank you very much.
Super interesting.
This was great.
Thanks for inviting me.
Absolutely. Anytime.
I mean, I'm always ready to help. So in general, I'm thinking also to start to mentor and stuff like that for swimmers who want, but currently not there yet, but maybe.
I'll just throw it out there. Maybe Peter, you should come to some of our performance camps because you can bring your family. That's what we did. The family was there. It's like amazing.
If you invite me and the job allows me, gladly.
Okay.
We'll invite you for sure.
Will might have an idea, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, that'd be sick.
Just please not high altitude camp somewhere in the days
Nah, man,
stuff like
beach,
this. I had that more than enough in my life.
Nah, beach, like where the family actually has an enjoyable time, right?
Yeah. And we can enjoy the sun.
Yeah, water parks, beach, good food and stuff. We might have an idea.
Gladly.
Cool. Looking forward to that. Yeah, this was great. You know, hopefully we see each other soon again.
Yeah.
Always have a good time. And yeah. You know, if there's anything, reach out.
Yeah. I wish you successful camps and everything. Hopefully we'll manage to that I join one of the camps, the one with the sun and nice food.
Keep that in mind. Not the one in Siberia.
Well, you know, but those are the best camps because you don't have anything else, just the practices.
That's true.
That you can focus on practices.
Reminds me of Forume in France.
I spent more than a year and a half if I count all the days of my life.
Oh, man.
I did not like it, but I always went gladly because I knew it helped me to be a better swimmer.
There's no distractions, that's for sure.
And now they have at least toilets in the room.
Yeah, right? They have new rooms.
When I started, it was 2 toilets per 10 rooms at the end of the hallway. That usually the window was open in the winter, so -5 and so on.
Oh my God. I remember the first time I got there, I thought, what are they showing us, the prison or what? And they're like, yeah, this is your home for the next 4 weeks. I was like, what? No.
Yeah, a lot of swimmers that went with us, with my team to training. I was like, oh, so you're going 3 times, 3rd time. Like, how? First time, last time, and never again.
Funny. Yeah.
I mean, again, what kind of mindset you went there, that's how it was. If you went with there just, you know, because mommy paid or daddy paid, then you had a horrible time.
Yeah.
Because there was nothing to do. At my time, let's say when I started, no internet, no TV, no nothing. So, but in the other hand, it was better because we more hang out together and did stuff together. Not that each one was in the room watching the screen on the internet or watching the movies. No, we were hanging and we were socializing. So that was better.
Yeah.
But if you have mindset, like I said to my swimmers, and maybe your swimmers can also use it. Everything is easier with a smile. Doesn't mean it's easy, but it's easier. When it's hard, put a smile on. Swim with a smile, because already the moving of the muscle tricks the brain that it's not as bad as it is. Because if you come to the pool, please kill me, I don't wanna. Oh shit, I'm gonna have to do what? 5.5K practice. Oh no, kicking. If you come like this, you ain't gonna, no matter how hard you try, you ain't gonna do good practice.
That's for sure.
But if you come like, okay, it's great opportunity. Let's see what I can do today to be better. What, you know, because
Totally different energy.
yeah. And this is number one, it's on the coach. That's why no matter how I feel, what kind of problems I have, I always at the pool come with a positive smile, loud, energetic, because if I'm not like this, I cannot expect my swimmers to be like this.
So you would be a great fit for the camp, and because that.
Definitely.
Yeah,
He teaches the same stuff we do, so you know.
yeah,
Great.
for sure. And he knows a lot more about like actual like coaching at the pool.
Yeah,
A lot more experience.
for sure.
Okay, guys, I'll let you go because I gotta pick up youngest one at the kindergarten. So
Cool.
Have fun, family man.
Yep.
All right.
Talk soon.